Do humans have a use for morality? I have never quite understood why there are such moral standards in society and what they mean to everyone. The only thing that matters to me is survival, which in the case of humans means that the stronger should be dominant and the weaker should be subject to their rule. I do not think morality has much to do with the survival of the weaker. We have a moral sense and some are born with it, others acquire it. We cannot survive without it. Our society has a moral code, which we follow even when we are not aware of it. It is in the genes. The rules of the society we are born into have a big impact on what we do as adults. Our brains are hardwired to follow the rules of society. Some of them are self-defeating. A good example is the drug addiction. A person who is addicted to drugs will not care about what happens to him or her family. He is living in a state of denial of his drug addiction. The moral sense of an individual is a function of the society he or she is born in. Morality is a human invention. Why are we moral? Moral sense is a very useful device. It is the sense that enables us to control the behaviors of others. We have a right to dominate. We need to know what is good and what is evil. We need to know what is fair and what is not. Morality is a sense that we use to judge the actions of others and to help us control their behavior. Morality is a tool that we use to help us survive. We need to know that our actions are right or wrong. We cannot do something that is right unless it is moral. When we violate the moral sense, we do not only violate the sense, but we also become vulnerable to the exploitation by others. A sense of justice is another useful tool. We cannot live in a society without it. It is the sense that tells us that others also deserve the same right to live as we do. What does this tell us about moral sense and justice? Both these senses are useful, but they are different. The moral sense is a sense that we use to control the behavior of others and to help us judge the behavior of others. It is a sense that we use to help us survive. It helps us determine what is right or wrong in any situation. When we violate the sense, we do not just violate it, but we also become vulnerable to the exploitation by others. We need to have a moral sense so that we can live as a community. The moral sense is a function of the society in which we are born. It may not be inborn in a few species of animals. When we use the moral sense, we also judge what is right or wrong. We also have a sense of justice. The sense of justice tells us that others also deserve the same right to live as we do. It is a sense that tells us that the right to live should be extended to all equally. Both these senses are useful, but they are different. One is a sense that we use to control the behaviors of others, and the other is a sense that tells us that others deserve the same right to live as we do. Both these senses are useful, but they are different. One is a sense that we use to control the behavior of others, and the other one is a sense that tells us others deserve the same right to live as we do. A good moral sense will help us survive and protect us from being exploited by others. It will help us to live as a community. A good moral sense will tell us that there are rules to society that we should follow, and some of these rules are self-defeating.